Hello, welcome to the stream. This is Pac-Man here, and let's get started with our new file. Yeah. Alright, and I just got to make sure sound and everything is working proper, so give me just a second. Okay, so it's working proper. Thanks for tuning in. As always, this is Pac-Man here, and today we are going to be starting up a new file. This one is going to be a little bit different from my other ones that I do. I'm starting a new file, and on this one I am actually not going to be doing any of the base computer missions. I'm not going to be doing, anything really where I get free stuff. I'm pretty much just going to be sticking with what you can get for, buying stuff through tech through the, the Nexus. So let's go ahead and get started. Also, what I'm going to be doing on this one is I had a question in regards to the Nautilin fuel, I guess not spawning in when it should. So I'm actually going to go ahead and test that straight from the Nexus as well. Let's see exactly how this turns out. Okay, but let's see what we can do. Alright, so I just got to fix this real quick. Don't have enough ferrite dust yet. We are on a toxic planet, so we do have to get this done as quickly as possible. I do not want to die right off the bat, so let's see. Do I have enough? Yes. Okay, boom. That's done. Let's go ahead and scan. Alright, cool. It looks like I got some sodium over here. Cool. Alright. So let's get going. And, yeah, I really want to try this because I am curious. I found it interesting, yeah, that the fuel didn't spawn in for somebody when it came to this. So I do want to test it and just make sure that it's not a bug or something like that that's present in the system. So let's get this done. Now, unfortunately, we aren't on an easy place to survive, so we do have to get this done as quickly as possible, getting over to the ship. Let's go ahead and get going. Alright, at least though on this planet it looks like there's plenty of resources for me to go ahead and grab, which is good. On this one, I think I am going to go with something, probably a Vakeen character for this one. I'm going to stay away from, like the other ones, just because the other ones are cool and everything like that. I do love the custom helmets and stuff, but being limited to the anomaly race kind of sucks, so let's see what we can do. But again, thank you for tuning in, welcome, and yeah, let's see if we can have some fun here. Alright, and luckily actually, this part is really fast. I've done this enough times to where I can really just blast through this first portion of the game. So let's get going. Alright, and as always, we check this out. And we get ourselves into the ship. Now, I always suggest starting out like this, don't waste your sodium that you accumulate. Just get into the ship, let it recharge. It is kind of slow when you're in the ship, but there's no use at this point of the game wasting any resources. So, alright, let's connect the exosuit. It's going to go ahead and recommend us to go over to a shelter, which will have the blueprints for exactly what we're going to need, which is the visor and the hermetic seal. So let's go ahead and get that done. Alright. So at least I have a little bit of tritium right off the bat. That's cool. Okay, so I need pure ferrite and dihydrogen jelly. Alrighty. I'm just going to shove a couple of these things in the back over here so I have just a tiny bit more space to work with. And alright, so this is what I got on me right now. Not exactly the most, but we will make do with what we have. I do still have to loot all those containers and whatnot as well. Hopefully we'll get some good stuff in there. But let's just let the hazard protection recharge real quick. Alright, so we're good on that. Okay, let's grab the rest of this stuff. It's actually been a little while since I've played a file straight from scratch. Alright. I just need some ferrite dust so I can make metal plates and whatnot, and we should be able to get underway. Luckily, no storms or anything like that yet. Great. Alright. Okay, and do everything from inside the ship, honestly, at this first leg. I mean, there's no use really in wasting any resources, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so what do we got? We got 40 dihydrogen. Another 50. Okay, so we got 59 in dihydrogen. I just need a metal plate. Let's go ahead and install it. And I will need one more, but let's just get this taken care of real quick. Alright. So from here, it's going to go ahead and tell us to grab the chart from inside of this little pod right here. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, and always remember, these you're not going to be able to scan anyways, because these oxygen plants are technically, crash debris. So it's actually not going to come up as anything that you can scan anyways, so. Right. Wow, haven't even mined dihydrogen in actually a long time. Okay, so let's do that. And of course, we're going to get the scripted event where a storm is going to go ahead and kick up as we're on our way over there. You can either do this one of two ways. You can wait for the storm and just do other stuff while you're waiting, or you could just tough it out and go there. I'm probably just going to tough it out. It'll be a little bit faster. So let's get going. Right. Well, it does look like things are a little bit slow on this planet for some reason. See, I'm running this on my computer, and I have a pretty damn good setup. You know, I'm using like a ray tracing card. I have an RTX 2060, which is the second gen with the 16. So, I mean, honestly, I should be running all this absolutely fantastically with no lag, but unfortunately, sometimes when the servers are a little bit slow, you still will have to deal with this. Alright, so here's the scripted storm event that's happening. Let's see, though, if we can pretty much get over there as fast as possible. let's see, I'll use regular carbon. Save the condensed carbon. You're not going to want to run out of that stuff at this point. Oh god, I got a huge chasm in between this. Oh no. Oof, that was close. Almost ate it right there. Alright. Oh, god. Alright, so I'm going to have to come up this way. Which is a waste of my resources, but oh well. It does look like, though, they've updated a few of these rock textures in here. There's a few in here that I actually haven't seen before. So cool, they're still working on a lot of this stuff. One of my biggest gripes that I had early on with this game is the lack of, like, diversity of a lot of stuff. So at least they are taking care of that. Okay, so we are here. Unfortunately, I don't have the terrain manipulator or anything like that yet, so I can't... Oh, God. Hate it when it does that. Sorry. Okay, cool. So we're here. Let's go ahead and pick up the blueprint. Alright, cool. We got the hermetic seal. So we can go back. It's still storming outside, so we're not going to leave just yet. In situations like these, it is actually more advantageous for you to just stay, like, you know, just stay here inside of the building for now. And just as long as you're actually, like, standing inside of the building, you don't have to worry about, you know, it being toxic outside or anything like that. Let's get this taken care of real quick. I just need some regular carbon. Alright. 103, that's good. Let's get you installed. Okay, so analysis visor is in. Great. Okay, so let's get started. Just get our first few scans in. Okay. And thankfully I'll be able to at least accumulate a little bit of ammonia early game, which is good. So those are straight carbon. We've got more dust and ammonia. Your main priorities in the beginning right here are always going to be ferrite dust, because ferrite dust, you need to, you know, make metal plates, all that kind of stuff. Boom. All right. And we are going to want to make... See, I have actually a whole crap ton of that, so I'm just gonna let that run while we go ahead and do a little bit of exploring around this little thing. Always check these. You never know what you're gonna find. Sometimes you're gonna find, you know, just nanites, units, you know, all that stuff. Ooh, we've got salvageable scrap on this planet. It is good. And of course, always remember, a building, when you're standing inside of a building, your hazard protection is going to just jump right back up. It's going to be way faster than sitting inside your ship waiting for this stuff, so... Let's go ahead and go back in. And again, just as long as you are kind of just standing inside, as long as the door is still open, you can still mine everything you want to mine. And don't have to worry about your hazard protection running out. Okay, so we got a container. Great. I'm just going to harvest just a little bit more carbon and stuff like that before we leave. And that's at 40%. Alright. I'll go ahead and snag that, that technology that's over there. And of course these. And always remember, first planet, you don't have to worry about sentinels or anything like that, so you can really just harvest to your heart's content.
Toxic protection falling.
Yeah. Okay. And just remember always also, get as much condensed carbon as you can in the beginning. It doesn't really matter a little bit later on, but always in the beginning you're going to need it. Why? Because you need to make stuff like hermetic seals and stuff like that, which you will always need, so. Good, I got some sodium nitrate already. I've got a good stock of supply, actually. We should be good. Let me go ahead and drop that back in the cargo section. Since I don't want to wait here all day, what I'm going to do is this. We'll go ahead and just work that right now. But okay. Since we got that done, now we can just search around, just make sure that there's nothing in our view that we can't scan real quick, such as animals like this. Nice, nice. And I would suggest just, you know, try to get as much done as you can while you're doing other things, you know. You don't want to be sitting around wasting all kinds of time, you know. Okay, so I'll still need the condensed carbon. Right. Let's go ahead and just grab this real quick. And how far away is this damaged machinery? 155. Alright. And our ship. Where is our ship? There's our ship right over there. Okay. Well, this is pretty much done. Let's go ahead and grab this. Boom. Alright, so we actually already have everything that we need to fix the ship. Let's head back. Right, and this should be easier now that I know a little bit of the lay of the land. Let's go off to the right this way over here.
Toxic protection falling. Units proceed.
Let's see, and we just started out, so we should be in Euclid right now. So luckily in Euclid, this is where like everybody, you know, builds their stuff. So we may be able to come across, you know, like other people's settlements, stuff like that. In the beginning, I always grab like the wheat and stuff like that because it is helpful to not have to spend all your oxygen and stuff like that on life support. So just be careful when you're... That was close. Okay, so just let that recharge. Up, and we're across. Nice. And just remember, always multitask, get as much done as you can as quickly as possible so you don't have to waste a lot of time. We will have to kind of get started with the, you know, base and stuff like that, getting that built, because otherwise we won't be able to access the Nexus. But as soon as we get that done, we are not doing any more of the freebie stuff. We're going to be buying everything with nanite clusters. And the one disadvantage you have right now is that you don't have any, like modules or anything like that to help you out when it comes to, running speed, how much, how long you can and whatnot. So just try to run as fast as you can. And just remember also, when you do your initial lock when you're scanning, just as long as you get the initial lock on there, all you have to do is just hold the key, look, and you can even look away and just keep going. Nice. That is a good pocket right there. And actually there's some floating buried technology modules over there too, which is cool. Alright. So we got our pulse engine done. All we need to do is make dihydrogen jelly. Right. Boom. What is this going to do? Is this going to help our life support? Yeah, that's life support. Okay. And again, stuff like that, helping out your life support, I mean, yeah, might as well just pick this stuff. Alright, cool. We already have everything that we need to go ahead and take off and go. So let's just let this refresh. Alright, cool. So now all we got to do is take off and we're out of here. But before we do that, let's go ahead and get this stuff. We're going to go ahead and grab that technology module. Of course, it is glitching up there, but that's fine. And if you don't hear that little chime, always run up to it again and just check, because you can most likely just check from there if you got it or not. But always just, wait for the chime. If you don't hear the chime, go back up to it and check, because you might not have gotten what you wanted. But this is cool. Thankfully, we ran into one of these patches, which will help us out when it comes to oxygen by a lot. So, let's see. Let me just get this last one that's under here. Cool. Alright. Okay. So we are actually good to go ahead and take off and get the hell out of here. So let's go ahead and do so. Boom. We already have 4, which is great. Alright, good start so far. And I think on this file, I'm not going to be fixing up this particular ship. Okay, yeah, we are in Euclid. Good. Alright. Yeah, on this particular file, I'm not going to fix up this ship. I'm going to fix up pretty much, well, the preferred ship that we find. So we're going to keep this one bare bones, and we are going to salvage it later on. Okay, so we just got to test the ship's systems right now. Alright, cool. Got that done. Alright. Alright, so coordinates are in. We can get out of here.
Navigational data received.
Let's see. Where's the icon for it? Alright, it's over there. Let's go ahead and get going. Same planet. Ooh, different planet. Nice. Okay. What kind of planet is it? Oh, come on, Bill. Do that. Can you let me see what kind of planet you are, Oh, cool. At least it's sending us somewhere where we don't have to worry about sentinels. That's good. I don't really sweat them either way, but, you know, they're just annoying as hell. I really, really prefer doing these ones where we don't have to worry about it. But this is actually the perfect spot to set up the base and everything, too, so cool. Alright, so we are in. And when you're flying in, always remember, get just about in and then do some scans, because every time you do, it'll show up as unknown building if you're close to something. Definitely helpful to find stuff. Alright. Hawkin Sigma. And what I'll actually usually do in these cases is I will deploy this sucker. I'll go ahead and just get it charged up, and then I'll actually get started on processing this stuff while I'm doing everything else. Alright, let's get the signal. Alright, cool. So, base computer and terrain manipulator. Boom, got it. Okay, and it's one of these blobby type planets, which is cool. I do love the animals that come on these types of things, these strange kind of hopping blobs. I always found these creatures interesting. Never forget, always scan these little rocks. If not for the cache, always for the nanites. And you never know when you're going to need some trace elements or something else. And it looks like we actually landed right in the middle of like 2 or 3 different biomes right now, so cool. Alright. So it looks like we got buried technology pretty close to us. We're getting actually a lot of good stuff already just from looting containers, which is great. Alright. And actually a heavy diversity of animals around us, which is great. Always double check these little ferns, because there's usually 2 to 3 different species of them on these planets. And never forget to go ahead and upload your discoveries for nanites. Let me just get these first few scans on this planet knocked out, and then we'll go ahead and continue with what we need to do. I need to build a terrain manipulator, and then we can go ahead and get all of our other stuff going. So launch thrusters out of gas, okay. Let's get the terrain manipulator, which is a dihydrogen and 2 carbon nanotubes. Alright. So we're going to venture off from the ship a little bit here. I do want to kind of go over this hill, see what kind of scenery we're looking at. Okay, I take it that this system isn't that rich, but that's fine. We're not at the point where we have a whole bunch of money to buy stuff anyway, so. Alright. So I do need to just harvest some carbon real quick. The trees are a great source. Usually you can get about, what, 40, something like that, off of the tree. And I do need to make one more dihydrogen jelly, so let's just take care of that. Okay. So one, needed dihydrogen jelly, and I just need a little bit more carbon. Oh, this is great. I'm glad it actually sent us to a pleasant planet for a change. Usually it sends me to a planet that's just horrid, and I end up having to search all over the place for someplace else that's more habitable. Okay, cool. We're close to some buried technology. Let's get over there. And nice, some condensed. Damn sounds. Okay. Yeah, I will have to harvest that condensed carbon, but I can always do that instead. Let's get... Ooh, nice. And I'll probably end up moving this base once I actually get like my survey equipment and all that kind of stuff. But for now, we just need to set up the base stuff so I can get the Nexus in here. Once we get that taken care of, I can go ahead and start buying stuff. And I did want to test something out. Someone did ask me a question in regards to the Nodlin fuel. They bought the Nodlin through the through salvage data at the Nexus, and I guess they didn't get the fuel formula with it. So I'm going to test that out right now and see if that's something that is happening, or it's not giving you what you need to actually use the damn thing. Gotta wrap this. What is that? Okay, let's just... Oh, they updated the icons. Nice. Okay. Cool. And it doesn't look like there's any more buried technology around us, which kind of sucks. I do like having that stuff close to me. Oof, and I've got to watch out. I don't have all that much jetpack power, so falling off of a cliff into something would be catastrophic at this point in the game. Wow, we actually got a lot of microprocessors already. I am happy about that, that's for sure. Okay. Okay, so we learned the Gek word for Gek. Okay, so we got some star bulbs. Wow, no buried tech around us at all. Okay. Well now, let's go ahead and get like a basic structure built. We're right next to a paraffinium vein. That's good. Okay, and what I will need for the base computer though is magnetized ferrite. No, not chromatic metal. So I will need to find a copper vein somewhere. Paraffinium. Oh, cool. Salt, paraffinium. And as you're walking, always check, because this stuff actually will just kind of pop in. And just depending on what distance you are, I find that if you're at least about 350 units away from something, it will show up. But if you're any further than that, then you're probably not going to be able to see it in your visor, so always just keep checking. And, may as well just harvest this stuff while we're walking anyway. Okay, so that should be enough when it comes to our buried technology. So let's get back to the ship.
Life support power. No.
I got tons of oxygen right now, so I don't have to worry about running out of that at least. Okay. But this looks like a pretty nice spot. Okay. Yeah, I need 30 chromatic metal. I don't even think that there's actually... Yeah, well, it shows that there's copper on this planet, but... Okay, pretty far from us, though. Alright. Well, I will have to make some launch fuel. There's no way that I'm running that, so we are going to fly over there. The salt, okay. And this should be all ready to go. That, and I'll put that in the starship. Cool. Right, let's just take a quick look around and make sure that we're not missing anything good. Okay. So I do usually keep stuff like rusted metal, stuff like that. I actually will not keep it in the general inventory. I'll keep it in the starship just because it's a hell of a lot easier to carry there. And I will usually actually dump ferrite derivatives back here. And also what would be a good idea for me to do as well is to shift my oxygen into the cargo section. Okay. So that gives us a little bit more space to work with. Okay. I think that is good for now. I just need to make, a metal plate, and there we go. Boom. Right, so let's get over there. And my basic rule of thumb when it comes to going to, deposits or anything really, is if it's less than You know, if it's less than like 350 units away from you, I'd say just go for a run. It's fine. But otherwise, it's not really worth your time to run it. Just get in your ship, make some fuel, and get going. When mining these deposits, I always will say this, whether it be daytime or nighttime, always make sure your flashlight is on. Your flashlight is going to give you a hell of an advantage when it comes to mining this stuff because of the reflection that it makes off of the copper. Now, I'm not sure if it's because of, you know, the graphic settings online and the ray tracing that it happens, you know, as efficient, but I find that flashlight on, it always comes up easier, so. Okay, and this is actually a huge vein, which is great. So just get the main concentrations, and then from there, just snipe the rest, really. Okay, and use your silicate powder that you gathered from this. No use in wasting your ferrite dust, because you are going to need it. Now the first thing that you're going to learn is actually the wooden stuff, which you just need carbon for. I usually will go for metal or concrete though. Metal and concrete is much, much better to use because all you need is ferrite, dust, and pure ferrite. The only thing that you need copper for though, what is it? The only thing that you need carbon for, though, is the roof panels, the slanted roof panels. You need both carbon and ferrite. So, all right, that takes care of that. This is really a good place as any. I'm gonna move this place later, anyways. So. Carbon, and let's see, we'll process the small stack down. Okay. So while that is chewing on that, we're just going to grab ourselves a little bit more carbon. Beautiful. Ferrite, dust, and sodium. Nice. Don't exactly need the ferrite dust anymore, but... How far are we? We're at 74%. Cool. Almost done. Got a geode. Alrighty then. So, okay. Well, we'll just drop it right there. Claim it. And give me just 1 sec. Let me just grab a soda real quick. Okay. Nice. All right. So that's done. It's going to go ahead and give us a few basic blueprints to work with. Cool. Alright. So let's go ahead and build the shelter. There is going to be a scripted event right now for a storm, so we do have to just get this done. And there's the scripted storm. Okay. Boom. Dunzo.
Base computer online.
Alright. And you're immune while you're reading this type of stuff, so don't worry about the storm. Alright, cool. So we've got the construction blueprint terminal. Let's go ahead and get that done. Tag portable. Oh, I need magnetized ferrite. Okay. I do need a little bit more carbon too, surprisingly. That's not too hard. Let's just harvest those real quick. Okay, let's see. I need magnetized. Let's just drop that in there. Alright. So while that's chewing on that, let me just grab a little bit more carbon from here. And always remember, when you go inside of a structure, your hazard protection is going to just lightning fast recharge, so don't bother going back into your ship, it's just a waste of time. At least at this point, you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying, man? Alright. So what did I need again? I needed magnetized and a carbon nanotube. Nothing else. Let's just grab this real quick. And then we're going to redeploy it just inside of the room. Okay. And I just like to conserve as much space as I can, so. Alright, let's go ahead and research the buildable technology. Of course, the teleporter ring, the fuel reactor, wiring, and the battery for now. I am going to want this solar panel, but we do need 6 more. I'll also actually research this signal booster as well. Signal booster, I always get that kind of first, just because that is really, really helpful. I mean, it is really helpful. So, let's just drop you there for now. And, alright, so tech base teleporter, I need 4 metal plates and 2 carbon nanotubes. Perfect, I got what I need already. 2, 3, 4. Bam. Alright. And then power systems. Battery. I just need a tiny bit more magnetized ferrite. Ooh, I don't want to use my condensed carbon yet. You know what? Let me just grab a little bit more carbon. Alright. And one thing I actually didn't check is if there's any buried technology around us. And doesn't look like it. Alright. Okay, that should be all the carbon we need. One thing I do like to do is this. Since you're kind of cramped in this little space, sometimes I'll make it like a cube, but I don't think I'm actually going to do that this time. Let's just get this done as quickly as possible. Okay, I need a tiny bit more. Alright, well, we'll just start processing that down. I need to do a little bit of foraging anyways. So what we want right now is definitely more of the data. We need that stuff so we can go ahead and get the solar panels built. It's not a like a super priority, but you know, it helps. Getting as much as you can early on always helps. Okay, so that's 380. That's not too far away. Ooh, 193. And that's why you always double check and double check. I mean, even though that one was pretty close, it didn't even show up on our initial scan, so. How much did that give us? Gave us 2. Not great, but whatever. Okay, so that's another 186. That is not far away at all. We'll go ahead and do that. And since, I mean, it takes forever for that rusted metal to break down anyways, we might as well do this. No real reason not to. Unfortunately, though, not like our other planet where we were able to find a planet with crazy-ass dinosaurs and shit like that on it, but, oh well. It still works. Okay, so we still need 3 more to get these solar panels. Okay, unfortunately, nothing close to us, though. Sentient plants, alright. Good source of Obnin pearls, but I do not want to have to deal with sentinels at the moment, so we'll go ahead and skip that. And the great thing about dihydrogen, you only really have to worry about, like, harvesting it at this stage of the game. For the rest of the game, honestly, it's just a waste of time. All you need to do is buy dihydrogen jellies. I mean, they're cheap. You can carry a hell of a lot of them with you, and they're 50 dihydrogen each. So, honestly, I don't see any reason why, you know, after pretty much this stage of the game, that, you know, you really should be mining it at all. Except for in cases of, like, emergency or convenience. Looks like we have little tiny scraps of copper left in here. Yeah, I probably couldn't see it earlier because of like a rendering glitch. Okie dokie. So, nice. It is done processing. We will dump the rest of that into the starship, and let's process this down into the magnetized stuff. Alright, so that's like everything of significance around us, really. Unfortunately, I'll have to wait to get the solar panel, but that's no big deal. We'll have to tame some of those suckers later on. I love the new taming animals thing. I mean, that is like, yeah, one of my favorite little things that they've added to the game. Okay, so this should be a fast refining process for this stuff at least. We'll have to refill this sucker. I'll use the condensed stuff. Alright. So what does this mean? Life support. Cool. Alright. So I have 261 nanites already. What I can actually do is break down that salvage data into additional nanites, but I will hold off on that for the time being. Let me just accumulate as much as I can by doing these scans. And from there, we should have enough to test what we initially were trying to do, or what I initially wanted to test to begin with. Let's see, how's his color scheme? I'm not really a fan of the orange and blue. The orange and blue doesn't look too great to me. I think I'm going to have to go with maybe green or red, or both. I do love those two colors. Those are my two favorite colors, green and red. Gotta love those Christmas colors. Alright. So that is done. Let's get the battery built. Or let's get the bioreactor built. Okay. So I just need one metal plate. A little bit too close, but there we go. And let's see, power, battery. I just need 30. How much regular carbon do I have? Regular carbon, I have 19. Let me just sidetrack real quick. Let me just grab a little bit more carbon. Hopefully that's enough. Yeah, that's more than enough. Oh wait, no, that isn't enough actually. I need just a tiny bit more. Just a tiny bit more. Well, that should be enough. And at this stage, you don't really need star bulbs either, but you can actually break those star bulbs down into additional carbon as well. I believe it's a 2-to-1 breakdown ratio, so it's actually pretty good. Okay, 123. I will just make 50. That should be good. Now, when powering, actually, this little, bioreactor thingamajigger, the one thing about this thing is, if you have it either in your inventory or in your Starship inventory, it is going to draw it straight from there. So if you don't want to use all of it, what I usually will do, like I'm going to use oxygen to power this thing, I drop 250 inside of there, and then from there, it'll give me the option to just put in the rest. So, boom, got that. We send that into the high capacity. Boom. We haven't discovered the, space station or anything like that, so of course we won't be able to use it, but there we go. And now that I have the condensed carbon, let me go ahead and build a battery real quick. And let me see if I can actually build it without being too close to the damn thing. You know what? It doesn't have to be perfect. Let's just do that. That works just fine. Um, so, connect you to you. Boom. You are storing power. Beautiful. Alrighty then. Let's get going. Okay. So, now we just gotta lift off and go to the space station. Damn, I might be able to actually get to the point where we get the Nexus up, like, in record time, really. There we go. Now, always remember, the first 3 people that you talk to in this space station are going to be locked off in the beginning from actually talking to them again. So, just pick people that you don't really care about. Alright, and number 3. Alright, so that is done. Do we have anything that we want to sell just yet? Not really. Alright. Well, first things first, since I am going to be using a Vikine character, let's go ahead and start learning some Vikine words. Vikine symbol. Alright. Then we're just going to grab a cartographic map real quick. And what I'm going to go for is probably emergency data. Emergency data, that's where you get all of your abandoned buildings, freighter crash sites, distress signals. Best one to get, honestly, in my opinion. Okay. Wow, some pretty good ships are parked in here. Not bad. Okay. And never forget, always check around the space station for your basic navigation data and nanite clusters. And always in these back rooms, check the planners, because this is just a free source of carbon. Alright, and well, let's actually see what we can get from this guy. Okay, so with this one, we just thank him with some ferrite dust. And we get some standing, which is good. Okay. So it doesn't look like there's any, anything else we can recover from this side. Let's go to the back room on the other side. There's at least going to be guaranteed another planter in there that we can kind of just get a little bit of carbon from. But then a lot of the time they will hide the other, wall modules where you can get stuff back here. So let's check it out. Okay, so at the very least we can pick up some carbon. Alright, and no other wall mounted stuff, so okay. Now, I can actually just use the base teleporter to get back to base. I do have 2 more of the, what do you call it? navigation data. Let's just go ahead and cash it in right now. No use in having it clogging up our inventory.
Product received.
Okay, so we got an observatory, which will be good for finding alien stuff, and a manufacturing facility. All right. All right, so let's travel back to our base. So far, so good. I mean, we're just blasting through this kind of beginning tutorial phase really, really quick, which is great. Okay, so the generator is out of juice, as well as the battery. Just fill up my life support real quick. Alright. And how is everything when it comes to... Okay, cool. We've got plenty of space, everything like that, so we are good. We're doing really good, actually. Okay, cool. One thing I do want to do, though, before we leave is this. Since I got the plans for it, let's go ahead and get the signal booster built. I just need a carbon nanotube and metal plates.
Product constructed. Product constructed.
And these are not only just good for the, drop pod coordinates and stuff like that, but every time you land, I mean, you'll be able to find anything nearby you, which is just great. Really, really useful, especially beginning game. So what is that over there? A transmission tower. Nice. It is kind of far away from us, but that's fine. Alright, how are we doing? We got 120. I got a whole bunch of goodies back here. Alrighty then, let's get going. How am I doing on gas? I'm out of gas.
Product constructed. Product constructed. Technology recharge.
So we can either go to this first or go to the freighter crash site. I'm actually going to check this out first. Let's put that in the ship. Always do a quick check around here. Sometimes there will actually be buried technology right just at the edge of these buildings, so always double check. But this should give us an opportunity to at least loot a few containers and get the location of like a monolith or ancient ruins or something like that. Okay, foul smell keeps my X. Okay, this is actually the exact same thing as the thing that we just did in the space station. So, just give them some ferrite dust, and we get some standing. Alright. So, let's see. 1, 2, 6, 24. Okay, so let's see. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 4 is 24. 24 times 5 is 120. So 120 times 6. So that would be 0, 2, 7. Beautiful. And geez, we got a distress signal like right away. That's cool. Nice. Okay, so there should be one buried technology module right over here. Yep. Yeah, whenever you encounter a shelter, there will guaranteed always be at least one buried technology module over here, so do not forget to check for it. And that's better than the other ones. 3. I find that you're at least going to find 2, and at maximum I found 4, so... Nice, nice. Okay, and I just want to make sure of something really quick. Okay, cool. There's a cave system right over here. I just want to actually scan these rocks and stuff like that so I can accumulate just a little bit more when it comes to nanite clusters. Okay. So, not really anything else I can scan right here. Unless there's something in here. Yes, alright. So on average, there's usually 2 different mushroom species that are going to be present in these places, and there's usually going to be, I would say 2 to 4 different rock cluster types. In this case, we've got these. And it looks like we've only got 1 rock type in this cave, but if we do come across a larger cave, we will be able to get, you know, a lot more. So that is done. Let's get out of here. And what we can also do, since we discovered this place already, let's go ahead and scan for the next place. And what do we got? Oh, another transmission tower. So we got a choice. We can either go to the freighter crash site, or we can actually check out this distress beacon. Let's go ahead and do the distress beacon first. I want to see if we can actually recover a new ship. Would be nice, actually. Before we even get to Artemis's crash ship. Start out on. I am happy about that. Most of the time I just get totally screwed up on the beginning plan. This one's really good. And let's see. I don't think this is one that we can get. I didn't see one of the pods. Oh, yep, cool. So we found our first ship already that we can go ahead and recover. Great. So I clamber into the cargo ship and find its black box. As soon as I touch the holographic image of a panicked reptilian trader appears. Perhaps it's a message from their superior, perhaps a loved one. It's impossible to tell as the playback is hauntingly silent. In its final moments, the trader seems to point at some freshly installed ship tech before dropping to its knees in despair. Okay, well, let's check it out. Cool. So we already got the teleport receiver. Nice. And let's see what we got. I mean, it's a C-class. It's not exactly the greatest. Actually, to tell you the truth, I think this is worse than our ship. Okay, so the first ship that we found is actually worse than the starting ship, but hey, I'll still claim it. And let me just check this out real quick over here. See if there's anything I can just do a quick discovery scan. Okay, nothing interesting. There should also be, though, some buried technology over here that we can go ahead and take advantage of. And it looks like there's some damage stuff over there. Okay, where did it go? Where did it go? I just saw it. There it is. Nice. And we got a predatory animal near us. Okay. Out of space. What do we have here? Interesting. Okay. Let me just drop something in my ship real quick. I'll put the magnetizer. Of course. Now, just so I don't get hit by this damn thing, let me just get in here real quick and dump off just some of the stuff that I don't need right now. I've got plenty of copper, so we'll go ahead and just stick this in here. We'll stick the magnetized in here, and I think that's enough space for now. So I've got a lot of stuff I can break down into nanite clusters already. Let's go ahead and upload the couple new discoveries. 517, which is not bad for first starting out. So where is the signal? There it is. Let's get going. It's probably going to be easier for us to break the atmosphere and do the re-entry for that one. Okay, so this is the hyperdrive. Cool. All right. Let's see what it's actually going to take to salvage this stuff. Hopefully nothing too expensive, but we'll see. Ooh, nice. Okay, just carbon.
Radiation protection falling.
And the worst thing is when this first ship ends up being something that's like super expensive to do. Okay, so we got a Starship launch fuel. Let me actually get that out of my inventory real quick. I'm just going to recharge it. And let's see, I need 3 more microprocessors and some chromatic metal. So, since we need chromatic metal, let me go ahead and... Oh, I left it at base, didn't I? Yes, I did. Okay, we'll have to process the chromatic metal in a little bit. let's just get this done.
Technology prepared. Radiation protection falling.
Okay, nanites, not bad.
Detected.
Only 20, but, you know, better than nothing. Oh. Okay, I need more carbon. Come on. Let me out! Let me out! Now it's going to be much faster for me just to mine it, so let me just run over here real quick. And I can actually knock out 2 birds with 1 stone and grab that knowledge stone while I'm doing this anyway, so... Luckily, we got something here we can recover real quick. Nice, nice. This is good. I mean, I actually might not even have to buy any microprocessors, which is definitely cool.
Technology recharge.
Yeah, I already have 4 out of 5 of them. Beautiful. Yeah, this run is actually turning out to be a really, really easy start. I'm glad. Very glad. Okay, so back over here. Let's see what you got for me.
Technology prepared.
Oh, nice.
Radiation protection falling.
Jeez. Okay. Okay, well, let me give it a second for the jets to recharge a little bit. There we go.
Technology prepared.
Okay, in antimatter housing. And let's go for this last one.
Technology recharge.
There you are.
Technology prepared. Radiation protection
Well,
falling.
I mean, usually launch fuel, I'm kind of like, eh, but at this stage of the game, it's actually kind of helpful, so. Alright, let's get out of here. But before I lift off, give me just 1 second. I just gotta run to the restroom real quick. Oh, hold on. Okay, sorry about that. Consequence of drinking way too much soda while I'm playing this game. Alright. Vomitos. Now, since I have to go to the space station anyways, we'll just buy the last microprocessor, and then we'll hop back over to base. I'll refine down the, copper into chromatic metal, and then we can get out of here. Thankfully, though, I got that warp cell, which will definitely help us out. You know what? The Korvax casing I will take with me. Oh wait, I think I actually did have some training.
Technology recharge.
Actually, this would be a good time to go ahead and change our appearance, but I think I'll actually wait till we get to the Nexus. Okay, I already visited that guy. I do want to learn some more Vakeen words, if I can. Alright, cool. Alright, that Korvax guy I already spoke to. There's no others? Alright. So let's just get the microprocessor and get out of here.
Product received.
Let's, Starship. Bam. Alright, home sweet home. Okay. I have 48. Yeah, we'll just process the whole 250. Maybe not the whole 250. I might stop it, but alright. Tech power. Yes. Let's go ahead and unlock that blueprint. Oh, you know what? Before I do that, you know what? I'm going to hold off on that for right now. Why? Because I did want to test something out in the Nexus, and I do have to have, I think, 20 salvage data in order to do it. So. So 50 to start with. Okay, so I need what is that? I have 98. Okay. So I just need 27 more. And I do kind of want to save a little bit of copper because I am going to need it to build other things. So let's just refine what we need and then we'll just take care of the rest of it. I still am going to need more of this stuff for solar panels and all that kind of stuff, but we will handle that later. There. Let's stack these. I will process these star bulbs because I don't need them at the moment. that is done. Let's go ahead and install the tech. And let's refill the tank. And we are good to go. Alright, so pretty much it's just going to tell us to go ahead and warp to the next system. Okay, all these guys I already scanned. Good. Well, no, that's not accurate. I got a full tank, but whatever. Let's go ahead and to the scanner. And I believe it should take us to like an ancient ruin or something like that. Let's get going now. Okay, Donde. Alright, so it looks like on this planet, I have not been here before. Let's see what's here. Ancient bones, copper, uranium, and silver. Okay. So it's a radioactive planet, but it does have ancient bones. Good source of early money. This is actually good for us because we can just scan a few things real quick and I can get a lot more nanite clusters together. Man, building. What do you know? Alright, abandoned buildings are really my favorite thing to come across in this game, mainly because those little swarm eggs give you a hell of a lot of nanite clusters. Now, I am actually at level, I'm at a really, really low level now with no upgrades, so this is actually the perfect chance to kind of illustrate exactly how easy this is, even when you're at a low level like this. Now, as always, multitask. I am moving while I'm doing this. So that's toxic. Yeah. Now, Sentinel's not going to be able to even see you inside the building anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Drop that in there. Let's go ahead and get some standing and check this out. Okay, so let's get the blueprint. Nice. And we're pretty much good to go, but before I go, of course, just so I don't die extremely quickly, let's go inside the building. And I could actually just settle with that, but let's see if we can get a little bit more. And just remember, just as long as you're in motion, you really don't have too much to worry about. Just try not to get, hit by one of those big-ass tackles that they do. But, alright. So there is some buried technology here, too, right over there. So what I may do is just wait for the swarm to subside, grab that, and then But as you can see, I mean, just as long as you keep moving, you don't really stick in one spot, these things really pose almost no danger at all. I am going to get inside of the building, though, just so I have some radiation protection.
Radiation protection. Stabilizing.
And, of course, the Sentinels being annoying as usual. Let's just wait for this swarm to subside really quick. Cool. Right. So we got pretty much... I actually think that we harvested all of the swarm eggs already, which is pretty awesome. Ah, there's one more over there, but one swarm egg I don't really care too much about. Right, where are you? There you are. And let's just scan a couple. Come on, get out of my way, you jackass. Thank you. Right. Let's just scan a couple of these things and then get out of here. It's 370 away. That's a little bit far. I'm not going to go for that. 342. Yeah, that's still a little bit far. Okay. Now I have two options. I can either refine these larval clusters into nanites, or I can just sell them. Now, if I sell them, I'll actually get a lot of money for them, but it might be more worthwhile for me just to keep them. Okay. So, I can actually warp out to the next system. Let's go ahead and do it. No wonder it's a 3-star system for economy. Nice! Nice! This is like probably the best system that I could have possibly been to, started in. I mean... Okay, so I'm getting a anomalous signal disruption. Out of range, out of range. That's a Korvax. Preferably, I would like to see a Vakeen system, but okay. Oh, sorry about that. But it looks like the Vakeen systems are out of range when it comes to there. How about these? Wow, these are pretty much all Korvax systems. Anomalous. Oh wait, I can't travel to that one anyways. Okay, this one is close, but it won't let me travel to it. Yeah, okay, so it's not going to let me travel to any of the local Vakeen systems, unfortunately. Let's just... Oh, nice. Planets, 1 moon, fuel generation. Okay. Okay, yes, I'll accept the guidance. So, frost crystal, copper, dioxide, and salt. Let's see. I'm gonna have to switch to first person if I want to scan this one. We've got tropical starboat. Okay. Well, first and foremost, let's go ahead and get over to the space station. And switch back over. Alright, so let's learn some Vakeen words. Alright, and I usually like to stick with kind of one word group and then go from there, really. I do have to pick, though, which type of Vakeen face that I want. Do trick. Alright, what do I got in my inventory? I got a lot of larval cores. I've got 14 salvage data, which is 6 less than I need. Let's go ahead and trade some maps.
Product received.
Okay, so we got another freighter crash site. Nice. And we got another manufacturing facility. Beautiful. Okay, so first things first, let's go ahead and get a cargo slot. 5,000? Oh, hell yeah, I'll take that for 5,000. Okay, and let's change our appearance. Okay, so we are going Vakeen. Body shape, let's see. Short and fat, short and slim, or tall and slim. I'll probably go with, I think, this one. This one's fine. Head, let's see. What is you got that freaking vagina mouth. Okay. Let's see. What buffalo head, maybe. I'll go for this one here. Yeah, I like that one. We'll do, when it comes to markings, that one, and then eyes. Yeah, we'll go with those eyes. And, okay, so I think we're gonna go with green for the primary color. Actually, that doesn't look good. We'll go red with the primary color. Jeez. It just does not look good like that, though. Red and blue? Red, and green? I don't know, it just looks so odd. Okay, we'll go with that. I think that's fine. Alright, so torso. Let's see, this would be Anomaly. This is Corvax. I believe this would be... That's Gek. Okay, so this has got to be the Vakeen one. Okay. Armor. That's Corvaxian armor. That's anomaly. You know what? This is the closest one to their standard shoulder pad models, so I will go with this one. Go red with green accents. Again, we'll go red with green accents. Legs. Red. Alright. Boots, yeah, those boots are fine. Red. I don't like this fluorescent green. I think it looks like shit, honestly. But whatever. Okay, and our banner, of course. Red and green. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. Okay, so at least we got the appearance done on this guy. Let's go ahead and check to see... Yep. Alright, and some more over here. Beautiful. What do we got here? Okay, picture warrior looks virile and impressive. They have facial tendrils that are outstretched and appear rich, of good breeding stock. Oh, okay. I know this one. Advise acceptance. And boom. We get some of the wedding dowry. Do I have anything I want to sell? Okay. I am going to keep those, so no. Alrighty then. Now, always in these situations, check the desks over here, because there's always going to be a lot of these things over here if it's got like the big cubicle thing like it's got here. So, okay, can't get that one. Let's get going. Okay, so after we stop at this next place, we should be able to go straight over to the Nexus. And if I remember correctly, this should be like an ancient ruin or something like that. Okay, another nice planet. No modules. I forgot how slow this ship can be. All right. So, of course, as usual, just get some initial scans in. I will actually get that very technology module before I hit up this ruin. Let me just actually scan everything on the way so we don't waste any time. And fun fact, if you have the hazmat gauntlet, you can actually harvest the oxygen straight off of that thing without even destroying it, so... If you are low and you do have the hazmat gauntlet, you can harvest straight from those things, which is useful, I guess, if, you know, running low on oxygen or something like that. so we have 16 now. I just need 4 more. I am getting kind of dick though with these things. They're only giving me like 2 each, which kind of sucks. But oh well, beggars can't be choosers, right? There's some crystallized sulfide over there, but I cannot actually get it yet because I don't have the advanced mining laser, but that's fine. No big deal. I'm not going to need it just yet. Okay. Let's just get these scanned real quick. Yes, subterranean relics. Beautiful. Great source of tetracobalt, which is fantastically worth a lot of money. Okay, so it doesn't really matter actually how you answer these questions right here. So I'm just gonna blow right through these. Cool. So we got the warp cell, we can get out of here. Let's go ahead and just make sure that we scan all the stuff that we can. Oh, one thing I should do though before we leave, of course, never forget, you never know what you're gonna find if you do a quick scan with this. A resource depot. Okay, so now we should be able to go straight over to the Nexus, but before we do that, actually, I can't see it again. Okay. Orientation was all screwed up. Before we do that, what I do want to do though is I do want to get at least 20 navigation data, or 20 of the salvage data together, so I can go ahead and test that. Now, easiest way to do this, actually, just make sure you got enough space in your inventory. You don't even really have to stop. But the easiest way to do this is just like this. Just there we go. And pretty much, I mean, that just makes it so you don't have to deal with any samples or anything like that. It just makes gathering those things 10 times easier. But okay, we got some nitrogen and we got some radon. And for some reason, my warp cell is in my cargo. Let's resolve that. And what should I put back there? You know what? I'm just going to stuff the salvage data back there for now. Okay. So cool, we got a building right here. Let's go ahead and just stop here. And all we need is 4, I believe, to get what we need. again, take your time. Just make sure that you scan as much as you can, because it's just nanites. I mean, that's the only real reason that you need to do it. So, what is that? 3, whatever. It's not all that close, but still, I need it. So. Manufacturing facility, unfortunately can't do it just yet because I didn't install the bolt caster, but it's fine. I could always install it and stuff like that right now, but it's just going to be a waste of time. Okay, that's a big chasm, so I'll just use my ship. What do you know? A distress signal. Nice. We got such a good setup right now. This is amazing.
Life support power low.
Okay, give me 4. Come on. Jeez. You see, it's only giving me 2 each. I have no clue why. But that's fine. We just need 2 more salvage data, and I can get what I need from the Nexus, so. Alright. So what do we get on this one? Okay, so the cockpit is adorned with trophies of dead creatures perched on every available surface. At the controls sits a tendrilled hunter, its body and face lacerated. The dank smell of blood assails my nostrils as I fight back the nausea. The black box reveals the pilot was attacked by something whilst in flight, but it's unclear what. I could strengthen the warning beacon in the cockpit, but it would leave me vulnerable to attack. Yeah, let's just search for it. Signs of life. Oh, nice. We got the economy scanner. Cool. And let's check out what we found. Okay. This is much better. We got a B-class fighter. Not all that great when it comes to the tech slots, but it does have 2 additional main sleeve slots, so I will claim it. Nice. Alright, so, like, shit, I mean, like, barely even, like, 2 hours in, and we already have 3 ships. That's pretty damn good. Alright, so let me just run over and grab that module, and then we'll get out of here. What is going to be easier, You know what? I'll just waste the fuel. It's fine. Okay. Just get down here. Land. Alright.
Suit power cells depleted.
And I believe there's like 1 more next. Yeah, right there.
Received.
Let's go ahead and grab it, and then we'll get out of here. And then, actually, as soon as we break atmosphere, we should be able to go straight over to the Nexus. Oh, shit. It is never good accidentally dying by getting chomped on by some animals, that's for sure. me see. Just... Okay, I'm actually gonna go for this right here. So let me actually just collect this bounty real quick. And this is actually just a really fast way to accumulate, you know, some useful stuff. Chromatic metal, magnetized ferrite, all that type of stuff. Apologize. I do suck at fighting in third person. I usually do this in first. Nice. Okay, we got it. Cool. All right. So let's unpin that. Travel to Stranger's Coordinates. Let's do it. And this, I believe, should be Artemis's ship. So, wow. In this 2-hour stream, we already recovered 2 ships. This will be number 3. So as soon as I get a freighter, we're already going to have this ship plus 3 more. That's pretty freaking awesome for the first 2 hours of the game. Easiest way, actually, if you do want to just get the freighter as soon as possible, all you have to do is just keep warping. I believe it's every 5th. Yeah, every 5th warp, you'll encounter a freighter space battle. So. Sodium and chromatic metal. Okay, so there's only static, broken communicator. Okay. And we've got Artemis. Nice. And the advanced mining laser blueprint. Cool. Okay, so this is a shuttle class. A B. And actually very decent. This is a very decent one. Nice. 2 hours and we got 4 freaking ships. That is so awesome. Much better than what I usually get.
Protection fully.
Alright. So, real quick, let me just check out what I got, and I have got way too much stuff on me. Okay. Well, one way I can actually resolve that is this. Okay. I will just drop this in here, I'll drop this in here, and I'll drop this in here. go ahead and run back over here. Switch ships again. That will preserve those items in that inventory. And now I can pretty much just gather the rest of the stuff. But we are really, really lucky on this playthrough, honestly, so far. I just hope I don't make any rookie mistakes and accidentally kill myself. Okay, so how much do I have now? 27. Oh, yes. That is good. That is really good. How far are that? That's kind of far away. Same with that. Don't need them. Let's go ahead and get out of here. Alright, this should be the Nexus right here. Cool. Alright, tell the truth. And here we go. Alright, so the thing that I wanted to test is I had someone ask me about the Nautilus because they were having trouble finding fuel on it. If you get it through the mission, Dreams of the Deep, you automatically get the Nautilus platform along with the fuel and the underwater shelter blueprints. But from what I was told, I guess he bought it through the Nexus, and for some reason he doesn't have the blueprint for the fuel. So we're gonna go ahead and actually check that out right now. First, though, let me go ahead and talk to Nada, so we can go ahead and get this kind of leg of this going. Okay. So, just do the standard, you know, ask about Artemis, ask about him, and ask about Polo. It's going to have you go take a tour around the Nexus just to get yourself familiar with it. Right. So let's speak to Polo. Alright, and we're just gonna blast through this. I mean, if you want to see it more detailed, just, you know, let me know. I mean, I've done it plenty of times on my other playthroughs, but this one I want to more or less just get this thing tested because I want to see if this is a bug. If it is a bug, I would like to, you know, report it to them so they can hopefully fix it. This should at least give us some more nanites. What does he want? He wants planet better. Okay. Let's go ahead and get what we can get from him. Cool. Alright, so 600. Not too shabby for our first visit. Okay. So I have to talk to the marked guys right now, but this should be really, really quick. Yeah. Okay. So let's go ahead and get the exosuit upgrade. Yeah, main sleeve is fine. That's absolutely fine with me. Alright, and here we are. Okay. So, usually I'd go for the construction stuff first, but again, we are doing this first. So, the roamer, the nomad. Oh, God, I just need like, how many more do I need? I need like 3 more, I think. Yeah, I need just 3 more and I can actually test that. Damn it. Okay. Alright, so I got those 2 blueprints out of the way. That's good. Let's just get this taken care of. We'll walk back to our main base, and then I'll just do a little bit of hunting and see if I can find just some more really, really quick. Yeah, cool. So that takes care of that part of it. Let's go ahead and just warp straight back over to our base. Okay, is there anything around us? Did any respawn? Doesn't look like it. Alright. So, what I'm going to do is get into the ship and do some searching. Before I leave, though, I should actually free up just a tiny bit of room in my inventory. I'm going to do that by breaking down these larval cores. Now, these larval cores are just gold, because this is, for each stack of 5, 250. I mean, that is such a sweet return. Nice. Alright. So that frees up 2 more slots. Fantastic. And, well, let's go ahead for a little walk and see what we can find. I just need 3, so this should be rather quick. What is that? Pressure. We'll just run over to this knowledge stone over here, and hopefully there'll be something right next to that. Ooh. We'll take these. Very useful. Still nothing near us. Let's go to, I guess, the next one. That's 300. You know what? That's cool. There's bound to be something in between here and there, so. Let's do it. Ooh, you've got 2 knowledge stones right over there. Now, off screen, I'll go ahead and, refine down all the rest of that crap, and, I'll go back to the Nexus, buy some blueprints, all that kind of stuff. But again, this one is to really test if that's a bug or not, so. Kind of surprising, actually, that there's no buried technology. Usually it's not really all that hard to find it, so. Okay, so I guess we go to the next knowledge stone. Let's see. We got a cargo drop, another one over there. Okay. We may as well learn some words, pick up some scrap, whatever we can, really. I'm just actually really surprised that there's no buried technology modules around this. Ah, there we go. actually a copper deposit right there as well. And I'm not going to sit here and mine the whole thing. I'm more or less going to do like a drive-by. Just get some and get out. Alright, yeah, that's good enough. Alright, and when it comes to hazardous flora, double check. A lot of the time, these gas bursting ones come in two sizes. One that's like the regular size and one that's a slight bit smaller. They look exactly the same. So you want to exactly those too. Oh, for the Nautilin? I was not aware of that, but yeah, I had somebody tell me that they did not have the fuel automatically unlocked, so I do want to test that. That is really, really odd, because every time I have played this thing, you know, I've never had a problem with that before, so. Alright, let's go. We got what we needed. Get back to the Nexus and test this out. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it. I will have to check that out. Of course, I mean, I just started this file, you know, pretty much, you know, exactly when I started this stream. So we're only 2 hours in. I haven't even actually installed my Boltcaster yet. So I will have to probably test that one while I'm doing all my grinding and stuff before the next stream. But for sure, I will test that out. But yeah, I just find it really, really odd because it's supposed to automatically unlock as soon as you actually get the Nautilin platform, so. Ah, okay, cool. Well, thank you for the info. I very much appreciate it, Steven. That will definitely help me answer the other guy's question, for sure. But yeah, the easiest way for the Nautilin, honestly, is to just go through the mission. But again, yeah, this playthrough, we're not going to be doing any of that stuff. We're just going to be doing straight up, you know, buying everything instead of getting it for free.
Technology recharge.
Okay. So let's get back to the space station real quick. Also, if you want to just save on launch fuel and stuff like that, just, you know, warp over to the space station. It doesn't cost you anything to launch from there, so. Okay, so we got the first Artemis message. To tell you the truth, I've actually never, like, skipped Artemis's quest, so it'll be interesting skipping it this time. Okay. Don't usually see more than one of the exotic ships in one place. Okay, so, yeah, I get it. Okay, so, Nautilin Chamber. Alright, so now that the Nautilin Chamber is unlocked... Wow, that is really interesting. Okay. So if you go through the mission, you get it for free. If you unlock it through here, you can unlock the actual chamber in itself, but can't gas it up. That is really weird. That is honestly kind of odd. Okay. Well, that's interesting. I'm going to have to actually... I'm probably going to actually put that... Because that doesn't actually sound right. I mean, I'll have to put that in as a possible bug. Yeah, I just started the game, so there's no way I could take down a squadron of pirates right now. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'll just warp straight back to the base. Alright. So, good to know. Good to know. If you unlock the Nautilin manually through the salvage data, it does not give you blueprints for the fuel, but thanks to Steve, I now know that you can actually get it through the manufacturing facilities, so... My recommendation, just do the mission. Alright, let's see. Okay, yeah, this one's fine. So, let's see. Again, this playthrough, I'm not doing any of the freebies and stuff like that, so we're going to skip actually all of the base computer missions and stuff like that on this playthrough. But, we've been able to accomplish a lot. We have a full inventory of stuff, which is great. Let's see, we've been able to recover within the first 2.5 hours of playing 4 starships, which is really, really damn good. And actually, I'm in a 3-star economy system to start out on a, you know, really, really good planet. I mean, I could not have asked for a better start on this one. I mean, we're pretty much on like a tropical world with non-aggressive sentinels. This is just totally good. But, okay, so I'm going to cut this stream here on this one. We've got pretty much everything that we wanted to test out wise, you know, done and over with. And again, what I'm going to do on the next one is, you know, just grind all my stuff so you guys don't have to, you know, sit around and watch me do that. I'll be around on the next stream to go ahead and, you know, progress this guy a bit further. And then, I don't know, maybe we'll do some pirating. You know, who knows? I'll think about it. But I do want to still build the Great Pyramid. And that one, unlike my other ones, I do want to make that one so that it's an actual kind of like replica with the inner structure of it and everything. So, again, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. And I will see you guys on the next one. Peace out.